crime when a 16-month-old Ohio girl is found dead of severe starvation and dehydration, all because the girl's mother left the toddler home alone for more than a week as she went on a Puerto Rican vacation.
You committed the ultimate act of betrayal, leaving your baby terrified, alone, unprotected, to suffer what I heard was the most gruesome death imaginable.
We're now hearing from Crystal Candelario herself, the day her daughter was pronounced dead.
When I see her, I see she looks like a really dry, like a, ¿cómo se dice cuando una persona se chupa, o sea, se...
Kind of like...
Yeah.
You know, kind of like,
oh, like her face was sunken in?
So, yeah. Y ahí fue que yo me asusté.
Body camera video shows she lied to investigators, saying she woke up to find the girl already dead.
What time
She looks like a purple. I said, oh my God.
But investigators later determined she'd been on vacation for more than a week, and the girl was dead for days before her mother returned.
based on the evidence that we've discovered so far, we have been advised by the prosecutor to place you under arrest for child endangering children.
Last month, 32-year-old Crystal Candelario was sentenced after pleading guilty to aggravated murder in the death of her daughter, Jaylene Candelario.
This tragedy should have never happened. I am Sergeant Gomez from the Homicide Unit. The entire Homicide Unit, Cleveland Homicide Initiative, and our partners from the FBI are here today in honor of baby Jaylene Candelario. When we were first notified of this horrific case, we were all heartbroken. But when we started digging deeper into the investigation, it was beyond horrific. It was revealed that the defendant, Crystal Candelario, left her own child alone for hours, which led to days, which led to weeks. This 16-month-old baby was left alone in a pack and play to fend for herself for 11 days with no food, maybe milk, the clothing she had on, and the diaper she was wearing. This baby loved her mother, she needed her mother, and her mother betrayed her.
The case begins on June 6, 2023, when Crystal left 16-month-old Jaylene alone at their home in Cleveland, Ohio. Crystal visited both Detroit and Puerto Rico before returning home 10 days later. Ring camera video captures baby Jaylene's cries just 3 days after her mom left. When she arrived home on June 16th, Crystal found Jaylene's lifeless body. The girl was emaciated, weighing only 14 pounds. Body camera video shows officers arrive on the scene.
I'll be headed that way.
DOA?
Coming, have you rated at Charlie 15?
These same moments are caught on camera by another officer.
Charlie 157.
As other investigators arrive at the home, we get a glimpse of Crystal for the first time.
Could I have your name, please?
Yes, Crystal. K-R-I-S-T-E-L.
What is the child's name?
Jailyn, Jailyn. And my last name, the same. Candelario.
Okay.
Jailyn Candelario.
What's in that cupboard?
This is mine. My wife is waiting, so she has a lot, so we requested that you come. I requested that you come for obvious reasons.
As one officer speaks with Crystal, several others outside discuss what happened.
Is that what she was?
Huh?
That's what she was?
I think she was. I didn't get a lot of the info. I was doing the crime scene line, but from what I heard, she was upstairs when she was found.
Yeah, homicide. But still, at some point, MD's gonna come. What the body gonna do? Homicide gonna put the body in the back of the car? I mean, they both took a long time to get.
What did they say?
Huh?
What did they say?
So she speaks Spanish. So she told Christian that yesterday the baby was crying a lot. So last week, the whole week, the baby wasn't eating, restricting him milk or whatever. And yesterday she was crying a lot because she was having stomach pain. So she cried herself to sleep. And mom put her in her bed in the crib. And mom woke up this morning to check on her and found her unresponsive and carried her downstairs and laid her there. But the EMS said she's been dead for a while.
Whenever you're done assisting, can you check out that 911
EMS
hangout?
said she's been dead for a while. A few hours at least. I mean, look at her. They're going to look like her fresh.
They don't.
No, she been up there. I mean, I ain't said been a week, but she been gone for a few hours though. A few hours.
This is a law and crime legal alert. Google Incognito tracked users' browsing data without their knowledge. Mass Tort Alliance, one of our legal sponsors, is helping users file for compensation due to Google misleading the privacy of their Incognito browser. If you've used Google Incognito anytime since 2016, you can start your claim in less than 10 questions at incognitoclaims.com/LCBodyCam. Then, officers hear from Crystal for the first time on body camera video.
So, but in the last week, she get a vomiting too. Remember, right now, you mentioned the vomiting. She get a vomiting the last week, Monday and Tuesday, two times. But I was trying controlling because I know I give to her Tylenol or something, for controlling the vomiting.
Okay.
And
Come on inside.
hi.
Crystal tells investigators Jailyn had been sick earlier in the week on June 12th and 13th. But according to investigators, she wasn't even in Ohio at the time. So the story she tells on this recording doesn't add up.
Last night she was crying a lot. And I see one moment when I was take a shower, and she was screaming like, I don't know, probably she get a pain.
Okay.
Maybe.
Crystal says she woke up to find Jailyn's face purple, and that's when she called 911.
In this morning when I wake up, I took her in the morning for, Jailyn, wake up, and she wake up, and when I see her, I see she looks like a really, really dry, like a, ¿cómo se dice? Cuando una persona se chupa, o sea,
Kind of like,
yes.
kind of like.
Oh, like her face was sunken in?
So,
Yeah.
yeah. Y
Like,
ahí fue
okay.
que yo me asusté
That's when
y
she got
dije,
scared.
yes, and
And
she
what time
looks
was-
like
what-
a purple. I said,
Okay.
oh my God.
And that was what time this morning?
In this morning, when I called to emergency, I don't remember the exact time, but maybe 8 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
Crystal then transitions to Spanish, but a translator explains.
And she would always sleep in the playpen at the end of the bed?
Sí, siempre duerme, por eso le ponemos colchitas ahí, pero
Sí,
ella, sí, pero ella ayer, como le explicaba al oficial, ella era de un carácter así que lloraba y explotaba, así tiraba todo y Entonces ayer ella estaba así, yo la agarré y le digo,
Inquieta,
calma,
estaba inquieta.
estaba muy inquieta.
She says that, yeah, she normally sleeps in the playpen. You know, the playpen, she puts like blankets and things like that to kind of cushion it.
Okay.
She says the baby last night was very, you know, wouldn't stay still. You know, almost like if something's bothering.
Yeah.
You know, como si algo le estaba molestando.
Como que eso le explicaba él, como que si algo le dolía o algo.
Yeah, almost like she was not like herself, like
Yeah.
something was bothering her maybe or something.
Later, investigators speak with Crystal's aunt, Olga Torres.
Do you know of a hired babysitter? Of someone that's hired to babysit when her mom is not available to babysit?
That I don't know.
For instance, when she, now that your sister's in Ecuador, since, how long has she been in Ecuador, by the way?
Today's the 18 days.
18 days. So she left on the 1st?
Yeah.
Okay, and everybody left on the 1st?
Yeah.
Your
My
sister, her husband, and the daughter?
Yes.
The 7-year-old?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So on days that she has to work, you know, or any other days, who would babysit now that they're in Ecuador?
That I don't know.
Do you know of anyone that she
No.
has hired?
No.
Okay.
No, that is not her. Her relationship with me is not the best.
Okay.
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 So
I appreciate your honesty.
So with trying to avoid issues in the family, problems with, you know, if I get involved in anything, she will get a little upset.
Okay.
And my sister says, you know, just don't get involved, back off, you know. She's my niece and I love her to
Of
death.
course, yeah.
And I want the best for her. But if she doesn't allow me to help her or give her advice, so I just step back.
Okay.
You know, so those issues, you know, everybody has in their family.
Yeah,
and
of
then,
course, yeah.
And then I just look for the best for her, but she doesn't allow me to.
Gotcha.
You know, so since her parents left, like, she had built that wall between us.
Gotcha.
What did he say? What did he hear? What did he hear happen?
He said, you know, Jamie passed away. I said, what? I said, no, it cannot be. I said, are you sure? And he said, yes. So after that, I got numb, you know, like, you feel this funny
Shocking.
feeling. Yeah.
It's a shocking. Yeah. So,
But I said, what happened? What do you know? So he says, I don't know a lot of details. I really don't know.
so once you've talked to her, has she told you what happened?
She told me that Jalen was sick. She said maybe something wrong with the milk. She was throwing up. And I said, but we even took her to the hospital.
Did she go into, at what point she discovered the baby that day?
Yeah, she said Friday at 7 o'clock in the morning, 7:30ish. And that's when she
7:30ish?
told the paramedics because
Did she say what she was doing prior to?
she said she wake up and then she said the baby was with her eyes kind of like looking up like kind of funny. And then she grabbed the baby and then she called 911 because she said she was not reacting. She was like you know, one of those dolls that they're kind of clumsy like that. Yeah.
At that point, investigators explained that Crystal is going to be arrested.
We're going to place her under arrest for child endangering.
What is that?
Basically, what that
Explain to
means
me.
is child endangering is basically you either neglecting your child in some kind of way. You know, and this is the early stages of our investigation. So we still have a lot more to do.
Right.
But for right now, she was going to be placed under arrest for endangering children, child endangering children, same thing. You know,
There's
a special responsibility that you have as a parent to provide care to your child. And at this point, all the evidence is showing that wasn't done.
Yes.
We respond to every child fatality. Every time there's a death and it involves a child, we respond to that. And we investigate it. Okay. And sometimes we get evidence right away. Sometimes we get evidence. It takes a little bit for us to get evidence. Based on the evidence that we've discovered so far, we have been advised by the prosecutor to place you under arrest for child endangering children. You'll have an opportunity to give your side of the story. We'll go downtown. You can tell us if you want to talk to us. You'll be more than happy to listen to what you have to say. That'll be your opportunity to tell us exactly what's happened here. Okay? And then from there, we're not gonna go to your house. But we'd rather use the key than bang on the door and damage the door. And then we're gonna take this car as well, for now. Okay?
Can I just put your hands behind your back for me right now?
Okay. And we'll explain more. You'll have a chance to talk to us down there.
Are you explaining it?
Take your time.
Months later, at Crystal's sentencing, medical examiner Dr. Elizabeth Mooney said Jaylene's death was one of the most gruesome she'd ever seen.
Unfortunately, this is one of the most tragic and unfortunate cases I've had in my career thus far. So today I speak on behalf of her and her findings with the course of my examination. We received Jaylene at the medical examiner's office from the scene of her residence, at which time she was clothed in non-soiled clothing, indicating her body had likely been dressed prior to first responders' arrival, as they had mentioned before. So at autopsy, I examined the body of a very emaciated female toddler. At this point, she weighed 13 pounds. Upon review of medical records, this indicated approximately a 7-pound weight loss since her previous doctor's visit less than 2 months prior to that. The eyes were sunken, and she had temporal wasting in her face. In addition to that, the skin showed markedly decreased turgor, meaning when I pinch the skin, it remains in that tented position, indicating severe dehydration. In addition, there was abundant fecal material present, caked on the fingers, the fingernails, the hands, the feet, as well as the soles of the feet. The same material was found on her lips, which were very dry and flaking, as well as in her oral cavity, caked to her teeth.
Before her sentence was handed down, Crystal also addressed the court, speaking through an interpreter.
I am not trying to justify my actions.
Pero nadie sabe cuánto yo estaba sufriendo.
But nobody knew how much I was suffering.
Y por lo que estaba pasando.
And what I was going through.
Todos los días le pido perdón a Dios y a mi hija, Jaylene.
Every day I ask forgiveness from God and from my daughter, Jaylene.
Soy una persona creyente de Dios.
I'm a person who believes in God.
Y reconozco hoy que todos y todas, muchas ocasiones, somos tentados por el enemigo.
And I recognize today that all of us are sometimes subject to the enemy.
But all that didn't sway the case's judge.
Instead, I see photos of you on a beach while your child was eating her own feces, an attempt to survive. Photos mean something. And I'm well aware of mental health.